as they come up with their second win of the season, beating the Brownsville Rivera Raiders 72-0. Hello, everybody. Carlos Rebello along with Mike Gonzalez here for the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance post-game showing. What a game it was for the Weslaco Panthers. Let's go to the highlights in this one because the Panthers, they look good in this football game early on. They start off here with Matthew DeSantiago, a big game last week, a big game this week. A touchdown right here as he runs this one up the middle, and early on it was 7-0 Weslaco Panthers. The passing game was working. They go to the right-hand side, but they throw back to the left. Marco Leal to Rolando Berones, caught a big pass last week, makes that one in the end zone for a touchdown. How about a 40-yard field goal? Why not? That one is good for Weslaco, and early on, here we go, second quarter action as the Panthers passing right here. Jaden Cavazos, a sophomore, with a touchdown right there. He had a couple of touchdowns. And then how about Santiago? One more time up the middle. And the Panthers, they run away with this one, winning it by a final score of 72-0. We have seen the Panthers improve week in and week out. It seemed like they just put it all together here tonight.
You know, Carlos, a few weeks ago we said Weslaco needs to play 4 quarters. And then after that, it's like, oh, they need to finish drives. Well, we saw both happen tonight. It all came together for the Weslaco Panthers. The defense, spectacular. Pitching, what is it, the first shutout of the season or second shutout? Whatever it is, but the defense looked terrific. All 3 phases of the game was on target, and yeah, Coach Salinas should be very proud.
The running game once again came to life. It started off with Santiago, and that offensive line, they seem to be getting more and more comfortable with this offense.
Exactly, Carlos, and it all starts with the offensive line. Yeah, Matthew Santiago, another strong line, but the man up front is the one that makes them go. And beautiful pass protection. I noticed that the pass protection is getting really good too, because in the quarterback, they need time to throw the football. And you saw Marco Leal, you know, being able to look at his second receiver, his third receiver, even his fourth receiver. It's just a great job all around, and a great job Marco Leal delivering the football once again.
Yeah, Marco Leal, he was the quarterback, but because it was, I don't know if it was because of it was a blowout win but Elijah Banda, he played a lot in this game, and it's good to see him get in the mix because remember, Mike, when the season started, there were 3 quarterbacks that were all vying for that number 1 spot.
Right.
Marco Leal ended up winning it, but Elijah Banda, what a game for him tonight because he showed, and we talked about it, how he can run with the football, and he showed it here tonight.
Exactly, Carlos. I mean, now that Jacob Cavazos is out, a lot of people probably thought like, oh, well, there goes the offense or there goes that mobile quarterback, and then in comes Elijah Banda, who we saw it in the spring and we saw it in the scrimmages, the capability he had, and tonight he displayed it, and it balances out the offense. They're able to run the ball and throw the ball.
All right, well, we have with us here Marco Leal, our starting quarterback here, Matthew DeSantiago as well. Marco, how does it feel tonight? It seems like you guys were just played a complete game offensively and defensively.
Coach Salinas was just talking about us throughout the 4 weeks that we struggled. He just said finish, 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 and we just drilled that into our brains and our hearts, and we got it done.
Absolutely.
Matthew, this is the 3rd straight week that you've gone over 100 yards, another great performance. What's been the difference between the way you're playing now to maybe the first game of the season?
Just practicing. Our O-line is just fantastic. I mean, all credit to them. They open up all the holes, and just very proud of them. It's all the O-line.
You guys have come such a long way, from that first spring practice that you had, when Coach Salinas came in here and took over the program. How much more comfortable are you all now here in the middle of the season?
Very comfortable. Honestly, we go in there and he calls the plays, the hand signals. He has like 3 different ways to call one play, and we know them all. And it's just beautiful how we know what we're doing, and it just comes out even more sweet when we execute it and
Absolutely.
Win.
Peyton Canat was a guy that you would go to early in the season, and then, well, now he suffered his injury. But all of a sudden, number 88, Rolando Berones, that's all of a sudden a guy that you've been throwing to as of late, a big guy. Just what's it like to throw to a target like him?
Oh, it's a blessing. He's a sophomore only, and he's towering at 6'2", mostly over his coverage man.
Right.
Yeah, and he's just going out there and making plays for us.
He's pretty fast, isn't he?
Oh, yes, most definitely. For a big guy, he's pretty fast.
Matthew, I know that last year you were on this team. You played. Not too many people had really heard too much about you, but this year you're making a name for yourself. How does it feel?
It feels good. I mean, I'm a senior. I just want to make the most of my opportunity and just come out with a bang. Just finish my senior year.
You guys have 4 games left on the schedule. So this is the second win of the season, the first since the San Antonio game, the first game of the year. So why don't you talk about how you guys want to finish the year strong? You still got San Benito on the schedule. You still got Harlingen South on the schedule.
Harlingen South next week?
Yeah, Harlingen South next week. So you still have some games that, hey, you guys still have a shot at the playoffs, don't you?
Oh yes, sir. Most definitely. We just got to keep on. We just got to keep focused. We gotta keep on pounding the rock, as Coach Salinas says, and you just keep on pounding it in the same spot, and we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
How have you all stayed positive throughout this year? Because you've played in some very competitive games. You know, last week, Harlingen, I thought y'all could have won that game easily. Hannah's a game that got away from you guys. Matthew, you answer that question first, and then Marco, how have you all stayed positive?
Just attitude, just the right mindset. Our coaches always talk to us and just bring us up and just encourage us. And our players, too, they always encourage each other. And it's just we're just united. We're just a family. We love each other. And that's what got us. That's what keeps us going. You know?
We've talked about it all year long, how young you guys are, but you guys are 2 of the seniors that are kind of setting the tempo of where this program is going to go in the future. Why don't you talk about that a little bit, how you guys want to make that stamp?
Oh, it's just leaving your mark, like knowing what the tradition is at stake, and just keeping it going and everything. And we're showing Peyton and Jaden and Jacob and everyone, one of those sophomores that are in here, and even Rolly, that high expectations come out of Weslaco, and especially out of Weslaco football.
Was it fun tonight, guys?
Oh, it was very fun.
Oh, yes.
It was very fun.
All right, guys. We'll let you go. Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Good job. Proud of you guys. Way to stick to it.
Way to go, Matthew.
Way to go, Matthew. Appreciate it. All right, we'll let these guys exit the stage. Once again, it's a final score here at Weslaco High School where the Panthers win 72-0. Coach Salinas now joins us on the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance postgame show. Congratulations, Coach Salinas.
Thank you, gentlemen.
How does it feel to come up and put a complete game together here tonight?
I think it was good. More importantly, just really happy for our kids. They've battled and they've endured a little bit of adversity. They've fought through a couple tough days, and just really proud of their effort tonight. Things went our way, and just proud of our staff and the effort of our kids today.
Coach, yes, the offense looks so much more better and so much more crisper. They look so much more comfortable. But defense, Coach, to me, I think the key has been defense of this turnaround that you guys have had these last couple of weeks. What adjustments have you guys made? And talk about their playing.
I think the defense has finally just gotten to a point where we get 11 guys doing what they're supposed to do on a consistent basis. If you look at us throughout this past season, we've played good in spurts. Haven't been able to finish series, haven't been able to finish quarters and or halves. So really just proud of them. We've talked to them about getting on the same page and finishing and doing their 1/11th. And defense played outstanding tonight. I think they held these
guys. And it looks to me like their tackling is getting better. Would you agree with that?
They did, and they were the cause for a fast start. We had 3 turnovers in the first half. One equaled a touchdown, and one was returned back to the 1-yard line. So because of their effort on defense, it allowed us to get ignited on offense and get this thing moving in the right direction early.
When I met with you back in the spring, you had a playbook about that thick. Are you starting to get into that playbook a little bit more now in the middle of the season?
We are, and it's more paperwork probably, but the kids have done a good job. They've stayed the course. We've asked them to just trust the process and trust the plan, and we've seen how good we could potentially be, and a lot of our problems have been self-inflicted, and we just talked to them about staying the course, and it's a really tough district. There's no bones about it, and you have to be at your best every week, and if you're not, you're going to get exposed. And we're just glad, again, proud of our staff and our kids' effort tonight.
Coach, what about Matthew Santiago? I mean, I don't know how many yards he got tonight, but most of his damage has been done these last 3 games, and now all of a sudden he has an outside shot of 1,000 yards.
And Matt quietly works. He's a kid with a blue-collar attitude, comes to work every day. You wouldn't even know if he was there if we weren't handing him the ball. But he quietly works and just has consistently got better. He's gotten more system and more comfortable in the system, and I think that's a result of some of those big runs he's had.
And what about Elijah Banda? Now he's more involved in the offense. How does that make you feel that, I know you guys lost Jacob Cavazos a few weeks ago, but now you have Elijah Banda just kind of stepping right in, making big plays for you guys?
Elijah did a great job tonight. He's been nursing a hamstring. He's come back. We tried to ease him back into it, and just proud of his performance tonight.
There's been a lot of injuries, Coach. Not only here at Weslaco, also Weslaco East. Even the PA announcer was out for a game here at Weslaco. So how have you been able to just kind of keep everybody focused?
we've tried to talk to our guys about, next man up philosophy and building a championship mindset and a championship culture. And part of that is knowing that you're going to continue to work, and when your number's called, you're going to be able to step up and not have a drop off. So really just proud of our guys for continuing to concentrate and focus amongst some of the injuries. They've been some key injuries, and you could see the wind knocked out of their sails a little bit, but guys rallied around each other. Those injured guys have done a great job of being here for the younger guys. So really proud of all of our guys. And then, this was an opportunity we talked to them about having a chance to enhance the family, and I think they did over the last 2 weeks.
Coach, what about Rolando Barones? I mean, he's a 6'2" guy listed as a tight end, but he's pretty fast, and he runs really good routes, doesn't he?
Rolly's done a good job. Again, continue to improve. Took him a little bit to get adjusted and to learn the system, and happy with his progress. But all of our guys know we just have to continue to get better day in and day out.
All right, Coach, next week, Harlingen South.
Yes, sir.
Should be good.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thanks for being on the show here this evening, and congratulations once again to the Panthers. Winners tonight, 72-0. And Mike, your impressions, your takeaways, what else did you take away from this game? Offensive line played well.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to talk about Elijah Banda too much, but he's one of those players that we talked about, at the beginning of the season, because there was a chance he was going to be the starting quarterback.
Right.
He really looked good running with the football.
I mean, I'm going to make a confession, Carlos. In my mind, I was like, are they going to put this kid in, or what is going to happen? I mean, we understand that he was out with a hamstring injury, but I was kind of waiting. And I think tonight we saw what he can do with this offense. And, I mean, I think Rivera's defense also saw. And what makes me feel good is that going forward, Carlos, with the remaining games on the schedule, and there's still a shot at the playoffs, he's going to help this offense out. And that's a big-time addition.
Trying to get you guys a couple of other scores. If anybody has that Weslaco East score, because my source right here is completely wrong, but Mercedes leading Ed Calchasa. The last score we got, Mercedes was leading Ed Calchasa 21-14 in a good game between Hanna and Los Fresnos, because right now Hanna is leading late in the fourth quarter 10-7 over Los Fresnos. So if anybody has a score between Harlingen and Weslaco East, please let me know. But once again, let's get back to this game right here and how the Panthers have just remained focused.
Right.
And one of the things about this game, they were up 72-0, and I like the way they kept that goose egg on the board. The way that defense continued to play hard, and they wanted to get that shutout tonight.
It really goes back to 4 quarters. I mean, no matter what the score is, you treat the game like it's 0-0. And I know they were up, 52-0 at the half. They treated the game in the third and fourth quarter as if it was 0-0. And that's just a tribute to the coaches and the players just coming through. I really like what you said about the attitude. And you questioned the coach and you questioned the players about their attitude, how they've been able to keep positive. Because when you're as young as Weslaco High is, and then you get injured and you have injuries, and that's kind of part of the game, many teams would go down to throw the towel. This team hasn't done that, Carlos. They could have easily done that, especially after some of these tough losses, especially to Brownsville Hanna a few weeks ago.
All right, well, the last score we got from Harlingen, where Weslaco East playing at Harlingen, playing against the Cardinals at Boga Stadium. It's 20-17. East still leading in the fourth quarter. So you're going to have to check back on Facebook tonight. We'll have highlights of this game on Facebook and on YouTube, and then we'll also have highlights of the Weslaco East Harlingen game later on tonight, or maybe tomorrow, depending on how late that game goes. We also want to give a shout out and a good luck to the Weslaco Panther Corps and also the Wildcat Regiment, because both of the schools will be at Pigskin Jubilee, the 75th annual, back in Harlingen at Boga Stadium tomorrow. So good luck to both our bands. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Rebello. Thank you for joining us here on the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance postgame show, where it is the Weslaco Panthers winning by a final score of 72-0 over Brownsville Rivera. Good night, everybody.